Most people wake up every morning already feeling tired, even before the day begins, not because they didn't sleep enough and not because they don't want to try, but because deep inside they already know how the day will go. They rush out of bed, rush to get ready, rush to work, rush through traffic, rush through stress, and when the day finally ends, they return home with very little energy left for themselves. This cycle repeats again and again. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months quietly turn into years. Somewhere along the way, a quiet thought begins to grow in the mind. Maybe I'm lazy, maybe I don't work hard enough, maybe I'm just not disciplined. But what if that thought is wrong? What if the real problem is not you? What if you are not lazy at all? What if you are financially trapped? Lazy people do not wake up feeling guilty. Lazy people do not feel constant pressure. Lazy people do not worry about the future. If you feel tired, stressed, and overwhelmed by money, it is not laziness, it is pressure. And pressure changes how the human mind works. From a young age, we are taught a very simple story. Go to school, get good grades, get a job, work hard, everything will be fine. The story sounds fair, it sounds honest, it sounds safe. So most people follow it without questioning. They study hard, obey rules, respect authority, and believe effort always leads to reward. But one day, reality begins to feel different from the promise. They work harder than ever, yet money never feels enough. They earn more, but expenses also grow. They get promoted, but stress increases. They sacrifice time, but freedom never comes. So they blame themselves. I should be doing more, I should be stronger, I should push harder. But here is a question that changes everything. If hard work alone creates wealth, why are the hardest working people still struggling? Farmers work under the sun for long hours. Cleaners wake up before everyone else. Drivers work endlessly. Factory workers repeat the same motions every day. These people are not lazy, so effort alone is not the solution. The truth is uncomfortable but simple. The system does not reward hard work, it rewards position, ownership, control, leverage. Most people are placed in positions where their only option is to trade time for money. Time is limited. Every day the clock moves forward. Every year energy slowly reduces. Yet the system expects you to keep producing at the same level forever. That pressure is heavy. Money enters your life, but it never stays long. Before you even touch it, it already has a destination. Rent, food, transportation, electricity, water, internet, medical bills. Before the month ends, the money is already gone. Then come the offers, loans, credit cards, installment plans, buy now, pay later. At first they feel like help. Slowly they become chains. Debt is not just about money. Debt is about control. When you owe money, your future income is already spent. You are forced to keep working, not because you want to grow, but because you must survive. This pressure keeps the mind in survival mode. When the mind is in survival mode, it cannot dream. It cannot plan long-term. It cannot think creatively. It cannot take risks. It asks one question: how do I survive this month? This is why people feel stuck, not because they are lazy, but because they are mentally exhausted. They wake up thinking about money. They go to sleep worried about money. The mind never truly rests. A tired mind looks like a lazy mind from the outside, but they are not the same. A paycheck feels like safety. Safety can become a cage. When your food depends on your job, when your rent depends on your job, when your health care depends on your job, you cannot move freely. You cannot take bold decisions. You cannot challenge the system. You cannot slow down when your body needs rest. This is why many people stay in jobs they hate, not because they enjoy suffering. Fear is powerful. Fear of being broke. Fear of disappointing family. Fear of becoming irrelevant. Fear of starting again. Fear keeps people obedient. Obedient people are easy to control, so the system keeps people busy. Busy schedules, busy routines, busy stress. Busy people do not question. Busy people do not study money. Busy people do not build assets. They are too tired. Over time, tiredness turns into self-blame. I'm not motivated anymore. I don't have discipline. I don't have willpower. Motivation does not disappear without reason. It disappears when effort feels meaningless. When someone gives their best every day and still feels stuck, the mind protects itself by shutting down. That is not laziness. That is self-defense. This is where the trap becomes invisible. The hardest part of any trap is not the walls. It is convincing the person inside the trap that the walls are normal. This starts early in life. As children, curiosity is natural. Questions come easily. Slowly, questions are discouraged. Don't ask too much. Follow instructions. Do what you're told. Creativity is replaced with compliance. People stop trusting their own thinking. They wait for permission. Permission to speak. Permission to earn. Permission to rest. Permission to dream. Money becomes the permission slip. Without money, you cannot choose. You cannot move. You cannot pause. Money becomes power. Most people are never taught how money works. They are taught how to earn it, not control it. How to spend it, not multiply it. How to survive, not escape. This is not an accident. A population that understands money cannot be easily controlled. A population that depends on salaries is predictable. Predictable people are profitable. The system does not need you to fail. It needs you to stay where you are, comfortably uncomfortable, not desperate enough to revolt, not free enough to leave, just tired enough to keep going. This is why weekends feel short. They remind you of freedom. Sunday nights feel heavy. Reality returns in the morning. People feel alive during holidays because the cage door feels slightly open. Then Monday comes. The door closes again. If this feels familiar, it is is not coincidence. It is conditioning. Conditioning can be undone, not by anger, not by panic, by understanding. Understanding brings clarity. Clarity brings calm. Calm brings power. You do not fight the system. You outgrow it. Outgrowing starts in the mind. When the mind is free, actions change. When actions change, results change. This process is slow. Slow is good. Slow builds foundations. Fast money creates fast problems. Patient growth creates real freedom. You do not need to escape overnight. You move one step forward, then another. Then another. One day you look back and realize you are no longer trapped. If you are listening right now, something inside you is awake. Truly lazy people do not search for answers. They do not question their situation. They do not feel uncomfortable with being stuck. If this resonates, you are not lazy, you are aware. Awareness is dangerous to systems built on control. Once you see the trap, it loses power. Once you understand money, fear fades. Once you stop blaming yourself, clarity returns. This channel exists for people who feel trapped but are ready to think differently. People who want to understand money, not chase it. People who want freedom, not survival. If that sounds like you, subscribe to this channel. Every video here helps you see money clearly, think calmly, and slowly take your power back. Always remember this. You are not lazy. You are financially trapped. And now that you understand the trap, you are already closer to escaping it. See you in our next video.